Try that. Yay, Ms. Lindsay, look, I remembered this time.
You can't
That's
teach
amazing.
new tricks.
So listen, I'm getting text messages after text message. People are running late. They're about to hop in, blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing. We don't worry about this though, because as always, we record it for them and they get to see it later. Yay.
Absolutely. Don't worry. We will make ship happen. We'll make sure it's all taken care of because I always want to make sure you're taken care of if you're with, the fabulous Sean and Scott. So don't worry about it. I got you guys.
And we're gonna have a really good time because we're very excited for this topic. We are very excited for all the good things that are coming. And we can't wait to let everybody know all the positives that we are about to have on this journey with our mermen. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and hand it right on over to Ms. Lindsay. And ignore the little pop-ups that you will see. I'll be admitting people.
Oh, well, ahoy, everyone. Lovely to come live with you. It's been so long. I miss you all. I know. I'm sending my love. I am so happy to come together with you all.
What?
Now, I know that we have a few coming in, so I've got a quick little video because, it's always nice to have something coming through. But we'll go ahead and get that started and then we'll jump right in the good stuff. How's that sound?
That was good.
Yes, let's go for it.
We held hands like our first date. We danced like everyone was watching. And we tried to make pasta. Keyword, tried. Even off the Italian coast, we're eating so well. The food is incredible on Virgin Voyages. And yes, against all odds, your dad wore the sparkly hat. And I loved it. Next time, you all have to come too.
And I love that you both are already in your sparkles and your Scarlet Knight attire. So I had to water it down just a bit because I just came from a trade show. But, we always like to have some fun, especially with the sparkles and the red. Well, ahoy there, sailors. My name is Lindsay Girardi. I am coming to you live not too far from our fabulous Terminal V here in Miami. And I am so ready to talk more about Virgin Voyages to you all. I know a few of you are just coming in, or maybe you've heard of the Virgin brand, but you can't quite remember where you've heard of it. Think about this fabulous gentleman called Sir Richard Branson that started the Virgin Records, Virgin Atlantic. Maybe even you had Virgin Mobile back in the day. But, Sir Richard Branson, anytime he starts something Virgin aesthetic, he knows how to do it right. And he's always trying to shake things up. Now, Virgin Voyages was supposed to be Virgin Cruises back in his 20s. And as you can tell, he's not quite a spring chicken anymore, but that doesn't mean he's not out there having fun when he's on board. He just actually sailed with Mel C from Spice Girls and enjoyed a sailing. I believe he's around the 75 range. So he's really having a great time. But let's just chat about what it's like to set sail the Virgin Way. And yes, that is Sean Hornback in that little float as it floats by. But I love that we really did want to try something new whenever we were creating Virgin Voyages. And that does not just mean no buffets, no kids, and no nickeling and diming. Of course, those are big highlights, but we have to highlight some more than just those little things because we have food and drink throughout the ship, especially your included beverages. They're always included. So what does that mean? That means you're not running to CVS to go and grab that case of soda or waters before you come on the ship. You're not having to worry about adding that water package or soda package before you come on board. We've got you covered, and you don't have to get that early time frame or late time frame for your big buffet or your big dining hall. We have over 20 plus eateries throughout the ship, and of course, 6 specialty restaurants, and you don't have to pay extra for it. It's included. There's so many things on board, so you don't even feel that nickeling and diming like you do on other lines. And what I love is with all the things that are included, you could actually leave the ship with a zero folio. It doesn't happen with me because I'm always got to shake my phone for champagne, or my favorite is going to High Street and finding some good swag. There's always something fun, not far behind. But we really do say, come as you are, as you're coming on board with Virgin Voyages. We do not have stuffy formality on board. There's no, formal night where you're eating with the captain in that uncomfortable suit, tie, ball gown. But don't worry, Queen. If you need that ball gown to have dinner with go for it. Enjoy. Wear that tiara every night if you'd like to. This is where you can be who you are and dress how you'd like as you're exploring Virgin Voyages. Now, our crew are phenomenal on the ship. Well, they're actually award winning. So the big reason is everyone on board loves their job. They love being there because we take care of our crew with salary, everything that's included while they're on board. Plus, we make sure that they're taken care of with wellness as well as some phenomenal foods as well. So many inclusions. And, it's even more epic when you're on board and you get to meet crew from all over the world. It's not just from one section in the world, it's from everywhere. It's incredible. Now, award winning, we could talk all day about the awards that Virgin Voyages keeps on winning. Those accolades, we're over 250 now, and we've only been sailing for 4 years. I'll highlight one of them and toot our horn in a bit, but we got ship to talk about, so let's go ahead and go through. Speaking of Shake for Champagne, I actually got a chance to be with Scott and Sean while we were sailing in Greece, and we got to shake for champagne. And you may ask, if you haven't been on board yet, what is this Shake for Champagne? It's this fabulous activation. You can only do at Virgin Voyages, where you can get on your Virgin Voyages app. You shake your phone, a little button appears and it says, "Did you ring for champagne?" You can press yes, and a bottle of Moet Chandon is delivered to you anywhere without it on our ship, as well as at our beach club. Now, don't worry. I know Scott's dropping it like it's hot in the nightclub at 2 in the morning. If he didn't press that button, Moet's not being, delivered. So don't worry. If you have your phone and you're dropping it like it's hot, don't worry, you're all set. But if you're just over there in the lounger enjoying yourself, press that button and champagne is delivered to you. No single-use plastics, because that is so 2002. We made sure that we do not have plastics on board. We have nice places where you can refill your water, your sodas, lots of options to have these nice little takeaway containers that you could grab sushi or a nice little to-go. Everything's recyclable on our ship, so not only are you going to not see kids, but you're not going to see a lot of trash everywhere, which makes an incredible experience and really feels like this yacht touch. Now, no cruise director. I know it is unheard of in the cruise world not to have a cruise director, not to have a godmother of a ship, but we said, you know what, let's try something different. So we got rid of one single cruise director, and we have a happenings cast on all of our ships that's there to make your voyage epic. So if you want to go to the Artist, or if you want to go to the Bounce, maybe you want to go to the Diva and just have some fun, you can. There are over 8 different personalities on the ships that are going to make sure you're having a fabulous time. Think of it like your best friend at sea. Now, no ship announcements. I know, right? Can you imagine being on the ship and you hear 2 announcements the whole time? You hear, "It's time for your muster station. Go and watch your video and check in." And then, "Hey guys, 10:30, it's time to disembark. You don't have to go home, but you got to get out of here." But that's all really that you hear when you're on the ship. And I think that's fabulous because, there's so many times that I've traveled on other lines, whether for work or for pleasure. And those announcements really do catch up to you after a while. And you're like, I just need, can we turn off the announcements, please? Where's that button? Alexa, no. And that's okay. We've got you covered. Now, I know I keep mentioning food. I know we were just talking. It's the Italian in me. I got to keep rolling back to the things I love. How about not only do we have 20 plus eateries, but this is fresh made food daily. This is not something that is sitting under a heat lamp for long periods of times. This is fresh ordered, ready for you as soon as you order and you're set. Now, there's so many inclusions, but I wanted to break it down to make it simple. Just know whether it's a 4 night or a 14 night, or maybe you're being a little extra and you want to do back to backs. We got you covered with so many inclusions. And like I said, since there's so many opportunities to get on board and have these inclusions, it's so great because it adds up. Now, over $1,000 to start with, and it can grow from there. Tips and gratuities, already said. All of your dining, like I mentioned, you're there. Entertainment, fitness classes. Yes, that's that VHS workout or that 90s boy band class. You're all set. Wi-Fi. I know sometimes you have to check in on the kids because you left them back, whether they're furry or they're human. You still have to check in. So it's nice you still have Wi-Fi so you could just send a WhatsApp message. Everybody's fine. Cool. And you're all set. Maybe you need to check your email. Maybe you want to check social media. Don't worry. There's not a limit and an amount that you can use and then it's done. You have it daily. You're full sailing. And what I love is you're all set. Now, if you need to upgrade your Wi-Fi, we've got Wi-Fi packages for my digital nomads that need those VPNs. Those aren't included, but of course that is up to you if you want to add it on. I highly recommend using onboard credit for that, and Sean can make sure you're set for that. Anytime you've got onboard credit, we've got some lots of shopping and options for you. Now, essential drinks, that's not the shake for champagne. Don't worry though, I still have something that sparkles in there. I have still and sparkling water that's refilled daily in your cabin. It's unlimited, as well as throughout my ship. Then we also have sodas, waters, drip coffee, and tea. Now, we do have Coca-Cola products on the ship, so you're all set there. And what I love also is if you have drip coffee daily, maybe a couple of times a day, and you need an almond milk option or an oat milk option, we've got you covered and there's no additional charge for that. I love that there's so many inclusions, but I also like to talk about flexible booking policies where you can actually do voyage date changes if you're outside of final payment, as well as no fuss name changes. So let's just say that Sean is, maybe line dancing over in Nashville and having a good old time, slip, fall, bloop. That's okay. Scott can go in his place. Sorry, you're with the cat at home. Bye, Sean. Now, I know I didn't really go into the boozy details, but don't worry, I'm going to talk about that next. That is the bar tab. Now, this is something that you can add on. Think of it like a drink package, but more of a drink expense account. So this is a use it or lose it when you're on the ship. And what I love is you have the options to use this not only on alcohol, but mocktails, fresh pressed juices, smoothies, and maybe a specialty coffee or two. I'm an Angelino on the ice with an extra shot. That's great. You can use your bar tab for that. Now, are you ready for this? We will gift you additional amount just because you're prepaying for your bar tab, and not everyone in the cabin has to purchase it, which is incredible in the cruise industry because, a lot of times you kind of get, pushed to the side with that. And this is a nice way to, if you want to buy 300 and your plus one wants to buy the $200 package, that's fine. If you want to buy the $500 and be that sugar daddy that's buying all the drinks the whole time, that's fabulous. Your plus one does not have to buy it. And we're not going to tell you how to use your drink package, your bar tab. So if you want to buy a round for everyone, fabulous. If you just want to do it for specialty coffees, that's great as well. It's yours to utilize how you want. Just remember, it is a use it or lose it. So it's only on that sailing. Now, for those that have not set sail with us yet, let me go ahead and tell you, this is not a massive city at sea. There's no water slides and go-karts and swings that are, over the ocean. We said, you know what, let's try medium-sized yacht-inspired ships that aren't going to feel like massive cities. We want to have something a little more boutique, a little more intimate, but still have like that Soho beach feel when you're on board. Now, all 4 of our ships are very similar. Scarlet, it was my first. Valiant, Resilient, they're actually not too far from Scarlet when they came out. Now, Brilliant is my brand new ship, and I believe that's the ship you guys are going to set sail on. Now, the only difference with Brilliant is we did decide we wanted a West Coast ship. That's why we're talking about the LA MerMaiden. So our Brilliant Lady is going to be tucked in a bit. No, it wasn't Ozempic. She's just coming in some. But that way she could go through the new locks of the Panama Canal, make her way over to the West Coast, and then make her way back. So that is the only difference there. We're still, like I said, about 2,700 sailors on board, so it's not going to feel like a massive city at sea. Now, this is actually the voyage that we're just chatting about right now. This is what we have, which is our Brilliant Lady MerMaiden. We're highlighting this because this is a brand new ship going over to the West Coast. She's going to go out of Los Angeles. She's got a nice late night over in San Diego, Santa Barbara. My heart. Incredible. Then, of course, you're back in LA within that 5-day mark. And what I love is I'm going to make sure that bar tab I just mentioned just above. How about some bar tab on me? No, it's not coming out of Sean's pocket, Scott's pocket, because I know what they need. They need more shoes in their life and not coming out of their pocket for drinks on them. So I've got you guys covered for this. I'm going to make sure if you decide to book within the next 7-ish days, and maybe I'll extend that out for those watching. I'm going to make sure you got a little extra drink package on me. And it doesn't matter what cabin category you're looking at. The only thing I cannot put it with is those lock it in cabins. And Sean can tell you all about those. I don't even think many folks book those because you don't know what cabin category or what cabin number you have till closer to time. But don't worry. That's the only thing it's not compatible with. And we'll chat more about that soon. Now, why is Brilliant so special? Not just because the muster ships go in and she's got her own category of a different cabin, which is a slightly smaller sea terrace. We actually added new dining, new entertainment, new destinations, of course, new experiences. So if you've been on Scarlet, Valiant, Resilient, I know we've been on sail for 4 years and we've been all over the world. But now we've got this brand new ship, and we said, let's try something different with not only our favorite menus, but let's add something even more extra when it comes to that. Now, who's a Razzle Dazzle fan? The restaurant, not just the jazz hands. We have a fabulous rendition of our Razzle Dazzle at Sea when you were on board Brilliant Lady. We call it Rojo, and no, I did not throw that R out there, Rojo, but Rojo. This is a Spanish cuisine type restaurant where you can have that fabulous paella, some homemade sangria, and really feel those Spanish vibes while you're on board Brilliant Lady. Now, don't worry. Don't be scared. I know that I've got some avid cruisers with Virgin Voyages that love that Razzle Dazzle brunch. We still have Razzle brunch, but we're going to turn it into Rojo at night. So don't think that you're going to miss out on that avocado toast. We've still got you covered.
Are you
Now,
on, or are you still driving?
Oh, so I did want to also chat about the new ship and the new shows. We're adding 20 plus shows on board. So if you've already seen a lot of our shows, know that we're bringing some new shows on, as well as Dual Reality is going to be on board as well. Scarlet Night is going to be epic, but also remember, if we're on the West Coast, it's a little chillier than it is over here on the East Coast. So we're going to have an indoor version of Scarlet Night. So make sure you're bringing that octopus goddess vibes in, because it's going to be in the red room and just glowing with that Scarlet Night vibe. Now, also, I have to highlight there's going to be more new festival stage acts as well as dinner shows. So It's not the same old cookie cutter experience. If you've sailed with us before, we are trying new things. Now, not only are we trying new things, we're expanding our voyages. So I know we're talking about this fabulous voyage, but I want to put in the back of your mind that we did just open up our Mediterranean summer 2027, as well as we have a Halloween 2027 out of LA that we also just opened up. So maybe you'll fall in love with this one next year and you think, you know what? I've done Halloween out of Miami on our beautiful lady ships. Let's try it on the West Coast also. And yes, it is open to groups if anyone's interested. Now, I also wanted to highlight Scarlet Night because I get the question often. Is this just everyone sitting around wearing red and you're at dinner and then you go home? No, this is the party at sea. Think of it like an epic pool party, but of course, when you're on Brilliant, we're going to bring it in the red room. And no, I don't know all the secrets to it, but I will be on it August 21st. So I'll spill the tea when I come back in September. Now, this is where we encourage you to wear a splash of red, or you could dip yourself head to toe like somebody on the call. You can bring your true authentic self, pack that little bit of red or head to toe and have an epic party at sea with us. And like I said, head to toe, and yes, that's my mother-in-law at the top with our fabulous diva. But I love that you really can make it your own when it comes to Scarlet Night. Now, I know I highlighted Rojo, but I have to really just show you a little bit of all of our restaurants. Now, this video does show all restaurants fleet-wide, but it gives you a little taste, not only for our specialty restaurants, what else you're gonna eat while you're at sea with us. I know Carl is over there cooking, but look, that's fine. I understand. But whenever I get to show food, my heart just flutters. And it's not palpitations from bad things, I swear. But what I love is there's so many things to eat and drink on board. And if you're not really a boozy drinker, we have some fabulous mocktails. This is not just a splash of fruit on some soda water. We really make sure that the full experience is epic through and through. And that's not just our brunch to dinner, six specialty restaurants. It really is throughout the ships. Now, of course, no hidden fees when you're making purchases in our restaurants. We always show any of the pricing when you are purchasing, especially with your bar tab. But remember, any prices that you see, gratuities are already included in that. So you're not going to see some little tip line or gratuity line at the end. And I know we highlighted a few others in that video, but let me just shout out to the Dock and the Dock House. Highly recommended if you're going for second lunch or maybe an early dinner snack before dinner. The shrimp skewers are some of my favorite, and I crave the grilled octopus. Every time I'm on the ship doing a ship tour, that's my first place to go. Don't judge me. I got my stretchy pants on because one of my favorite things. And of course, there's plenty of options as you go through. And let's just chat about where you're going to be staying when you're on board. Lots of options. Now, I know that we've got some cabins on hold for the Mermaiden, and there's even some additional cabins because remember, we have the slightly smaller sea terraces. If anyone's got those new MMVVs this past year, we've got until the end of August where you actually can use those for not just the sea terraces and above. We've got those limited as well as slightly smaller that you can use them for as well. But I have to highlight The balcony, the sea terrace is our number one seller on the ship. You can fit between 1 and 4 sailors in these cabins. It depends on the layout of the cabin. But my biggest highlight is that tablet that is going to control your lights, your AC, your ship beats, your TV that's fully loaded with movies. And then also, I have to shout out to that hammock waiting for you. Just imagine you're sitting on your balcony, you're having your breakfast, whether it's a slightly smaller sea terrace or one of my extra large sea terraces or any of those, you're all set with that beautiful red hammock as the ocean waves are going by. Now, do I have suites? I don't have many left for this sailing, but there are suites available on all 4 of my lady ships. We only have 78 suites on the average of the ships. However, Scarlett did add additional seriously suites, so we have additional 15 to her. So as each of our ships go into the port, we are trying to make sure we add more because 78 suites is not enough. Now you get so many extras like an exclusive area on the ship called Richard's Rooftop. We also have an in-suite bar. First round on us if you're in the Rockstar. It's unlimited if you're in the Mega. But let me tell you, there's so many different ways to feel like a rock star, especially if you're in my Mega Rockstar cabins. These are more of my penthouse Mega Rockstar suites. You get so many things included, but what I love, especially for those that are traveling over to our Brilliant Lady, especially on the West Coast, transfers are included up to 50 miles. That's huge, especially as you're navigating new ports to have transfers already included. Now, yes, I have a penthouse mega rock star suite just for you. This is our 2 bedroom Richard suite. This is the massive suite. This is where Sir Richard stays when he comes on board. Yes, this is a phenomenal cabin. I think it's a fabulous way to celebrate, whether it's a milestone birthday or bringing friends on. Look at this deck. This is yours. You don't have to share that with anybody, or you could share it with everybody. Lots of spaces, plus your own hot tub right there. And then growing from there, I just want to talk about what we have with our new offer. Now, I chatted with Sean. Of course, I could have showed you July's offer that ends at midnight. However, I was like, you know what? Maybe we should go ahead and spill the new offer. So 70% off the second sailor, plus we have free balcony upgrades, meaning that if you decided to book one of my sea views, which is the porthole window cabin, where it's just a window and a window seat, maybe that balcony's looking pretty good, especially after looking at that hammock. How about the same price for a sea view as well as a limited? Go for that balcony, please enjoy it. Then, of course, we have some onboard offer credits for Brilliant Lady up to December 2025 sailing. So, of course, that's over here on the East Coast. But what I love is we still are going to have opportunities to show our West Club sailings some love as well. So, lots of options there. Now, for those that are residents, let's talk about residents because we've really opened this up. There for a while, it was only Florida residents, but we've heard from the masses that a lot of people are really wanting some more resident rates. So we've opened it up to Florida, Georgia, Puerto Rico, Canada, yes, my snowbirds, and we did open it up also from our Northeast sailors for that's New England, New Jersey, and Connecticut. Now, if you're on the West Coast, your resident rates are coming. We also have military first responder discounts, as well as we will be adding teacher discounts very soon as well. So stay tuned for that, but this is what we've got right now. And what I also love to chat about is if you are already part of some sort of tier on a membership of, maybe your loyalty program of a cruise line, we actually have a matching program for our loyalty program. And if you're part of one of these fabulous loyalty programs, whether it's Azamara all the way down to Windstar, maybe Virgin Atlantic is your go-to and you're part of their flying club over in Gold, we will make sure that you match into our Blue Extras your very first time to sail. So that means that you're already part of our sailing club, like you've sailed 3 times, and this is your very first sailing. So we've got those open. And of course, I'd love to say we're all traveling together. We can't wait to sail together, but there's somebody that's not traveling with us. Who was it again? What was it? Oh, yeah.
Virgin Voyages says we can't cruise till we're 18.
Sorry.
Which makes us shake like we had caffeine. Virgin Voyages says no kids on the ocean. So we're causing a commotion.
Adults, enjoy the cruise. We know you deserve it, but the fact we can't go is total bull.
Sorry, kids. Well, like I mentioned, I do have this exclusive offer. I know that Sean's going to take over and show us even more fabulous in detailed events that he's got planned while we're over in the West Coast. But I do have that additional $50 that we are going to add on to new bookings that are made between now, August 8th. And remember, that is not $50 coming out of Sean or Scott. That is going out of my pocket. I want to make sure you guys are taken care of. So the first round of drinks on me. And remember, there is a lot of combinability with that. So we've got you guys covered. And life's so sweet. You got to say yes sometimes. I mean, how many times can you say no to something this epic? I think it's time for you guys to say yes, especially to Virgin Voyages. So happy to share my piece, especially about this brilliant lady mermaiden over in Los Angeles. So remember, this is just a highlight, and I'm going to share this with Sean so he could share it with everyone along with this recording. But it does highlight this is April 7th through the 12th, 2026. So we still have some time, but lots of opportunity here to get on board, especially in our very first time on the West Coast. All right, Sean, I know you're itching to take it away, so I'm going to stop sharing so you can jump in.
Well, and I'm very, very, very excited to talk to you because I want to point out a problem that we have noticed or something that we have seen that we want to draw everyone's attention to.
A
We
problem?
think it is high time that there is actually justice for mermen and that Virgin actually recognizes that there are other people out there and that this is just not a mermaid society, okay? So part of the thing is, if you think about this, now mermen have been cast, they have been cast to the bottom of the oceans right now by Virgin as all the mermaids get all the glory. So we're going to be demanding on this brilliant lady mermaiden, we are demanding equality for mermen, okay? So we have a big thing planned for everybody. Let's see if I can get myself here going. And I want to point out, how do we know it's a problem? We're going to give you exhibits 1 through 4. The first one, Scarlet Lady. That's the mermaid. Valiant Lady. Oh, look, a mermaid. Resilient Lady. Oh, look, a mermaid. And then we have Brilliant Lady.
Another mermaid.
They didn't get there by themselves. There were other people involved. It's time they get recognized. So, that being said, let's see, as I try to page my way through, we are going to start with the Justice for Mermen Mermaid Takeover on the brilliant Lady LA Mermaiden, April 7th through 12th. And we have partnered with several folks, both in and outside the industry, to make sure that we have a truly spectacular voyage, both and some really cool events both before and after. Where is that cruise going? See, wait, what is that? Lindsay, you know what that is? That's a merman, real merman. Okay, so here's the thing. We are actually going from LA to Santa Barbara to San Diego to Ensenada and then back to LA. This is going to be one heck of a voyage, and we have actual events and things planned both before and after. First, before the event, we have a whole pre-cruise and activities, because when you look at how this thing is going out, it goes out on a Tuesday, right?
It does. It goes out on a Tuesday. So you can fly into LAX, Friday after work, maybe. Because remember, if you're on the East Coast, you're gaining a lot of hours flying to the West Coast.
So you can get there and it's still going to be early. And we have made some fantastic arrangements at several of the local area hotels where we have some exclusive rates for folks to be able to come in. And why do you want to come in early? Because let's face it, when these mermen and we all protest on board this ship, we're going to need all the time we can to prepare. We actually, every day, we're having nightly cocktail parties for folks. As you arrive, you will be greeted with folks right then and there. And Lindsay, what happens when you get greeted? You might know this. What happens when you check in a hotel that we may have made some arrangements for? What do they do as soon as you get there?
Oh, there's a welcome cocktail.
Oh, hello. And for people who don't drink, don't worry, they'll give you a welcome mocktail. We make sure there's something for everybody.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh,
Now,
years
and-
I'm a snitch. I'm
and if
ghost
you don't-
snitch. I will snitch and I have snitch. Why is that a surprise? Yeah, I snitch. I snitch for real. And I'm in. That ain't the last. It won't be the first. And the side won't be the last. Ben said that. I'm a snitching motherfucker.
Okay, so that being said, all right, so here we are. There's exclusive pre-parties coming in, and one of those pre-parties, what are we going to do? We're actually going to have some contests, and that pre-party and these contests are going to be for who has some of the best mermen costumes and mer people costumes, because
So-
unlike Virgin, we're going to embrace everyone who wants to
Whatever
demand
set you
equality.
claiming, nigga, I put my dick in his
So-
pussy, nigga.
I just have to go ahead and stop it.
Just
No,
delete.
how do I do that?
Remove.
So-
There.
You
Perfect.
got it? Okay. If
Yep.
I was gonna say I can get them out. It's just somebody get a hold of the
Yep.
recording.
Okay, perfect.
Done.
Done. Okay. So sorry about that. So there we are. So very good. Don't worry. There's going to be lots of things. Scott, take it away. Tell them about what we're doing at these events.
So we're going to crown a Mer King. And then we're going to have the Siren of the Sea. Now that is for second place of
Okay.
distressed. And then we have third place, excuse me, which is the Trident Titan. Plus, because we have all inclusivity, we're going to have the Kings of the Current, which is two guys.
Best couple. Best couple.
Best couple guys. We're also going to have best couple female.
Mhm.
We're also going to do the fantastic royal pair. That's going to be man and woman. And because, we know mermaids, they get everything else, so they might as well have something too with us. We're going to have the Queen of the Coral. And we're not just stopping there. So we've got some of these, but we're also going to do for best handicap, in case there's handicap people that want to attend. Yes, we are inviting you as well.
So basically, we have all types of events that are taking place before this, and you're going to have some amazing events that are taking place for all those, and recognizing all the different costumes and limitations that we may have. And those events are going to be exclusive for us. We also have a bunch of pre-events where you're having days out at Universal Studios. There's drag brunches, there's pool parties. We all know that it may be true that mermen do love a pool party, okay?
Mhm.
Actually, all mer people do love a good pool party. So we'll have several of those taking place at different hotels in the area. So now everyone wants to really know kind of what are some of the best Brilliant Lady group rates that we have. To give you an idea, we have insider cabins starting currently at $17.90, sea views at $20.90, and our sea terraces are way below what it is online right now. I mean, way below. And ours actually are coming with $100 of onboard credit. For those sea terraces, which I personally love having that onboard credit when I can get it over a bar tab at any time, because that means I can use it for anything, including bar tab. So we've got all types of things that we're able to do with that. And for those other cabins, you'll have up to $100 of bar tab that will be added in.
So this is included. Plus, I'm gonna add bar tab to anyone that books in the next 8 days.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes, you're getting it all. And then on board, we also, just because our pre-cruise may have ended, but don't worry, when we get on board, that theme's going to continue. We have pop-up events that will be taking place around the ship. We're going to have the exclusive cocktail parties solely for the people that are that book for the Justice for Merman campaign. And we are going to have a Scarlet Night takeover where everyone will be coming in their best merman attire. Lindsay, are you planning your outfit yet?
Oh, there's so many outfits, and I have a mermaid tail or three, so I just have to see which one's the easiest to walk around and dance with. But
There
yeah,
you go.
That's right.
There you go. Because we are going to have that. And we may have some additional prizes handing out on the Scarlet Night takeover, just so folks know. And when we get on board the ship, of course, we're going to have all those activities on board the ship, but then we do have ports that we're going to. And so one of the couple of things at one of the ports in Sonata, we thought we were going to have, we actually are going to have a giant catamaran, basically. So folks will be able to go out and we'll have a Mermen for Justice party on a catamaran. And then we have something else that's taking place in Santa Barbara, something that I think a few people on this call, Barry, I might be calling you out, that might really enjoy. And that is, we're going to do a motorcycle sidecar tour to a winery and through a winery in Santa Barbara. So if you've never done a motorcycle sidecar tour, people always go, you're insane. What are you thinking of? No, they are so much fun. And you know what the best thing about it is? How often when you're going somewhere can you actually just sit back and relax and actually take in all the scenery and see all the beauty around everything? That's the difference. And it's so amazing for folks because we have folks that will be like, well, I want to drive the motorcycle. And then all of a sudden they go and they get in the sidecar and they go, that was the best decision I made. Because you don't have to worry about where am I going? Where do I have to turn? Where am I driving? You actually get to go through it. And this sidecar tour is literally ranked as in the top 1% for shore excursions worldwide.
And what makes it great is your guides, your drivers, you have the helmets on, so you have they're wired to you. So they will, each sidecar is getting a different tour because you have different guides and they're telling you different things as you drive along the way. So we did this in Spain, in Barcelona. Our tour was different than the one that Barry was on and Mary Jo was on, or Sydney or Callie and Rob was on. They're all different, or Lance was on. So they're all different, which makes it fun and unique for you.
Absolutely. So again, we do have some unique experiences that are planned, including the traditional catamaran outing for folks. So that being said, we want to make sure everybody knows everyone is welcome. There will be different types of events. Some you might want to go to, some you might not, but don't worry, you don't have to go to any of them. And there's going to be
shape, sizes,
and there's alternatives for everyone involved. So for those folks that want to go ahead and go to a different type of party, that's great because we'll have multiple events going on at the same time. So that way folks are going to be able to go and find their own vibe as they want to go through this trip. What do you think, Lindsay? Do you think Virgin's going to hear our call?
honestly, I think it's fabulous, and I love the idea of a sidecar tour. Honestly, can I just tell from my experience, we rented electric motorcycles. Ask George where mine ended up. But while we were just testing it out, I ended up in a picnic table in front of the crowd, like straight on. So it's nice. And there was no tequila involved, by the way. This was just me being a driver of something that I've never had no business driving. So it's nice that someone else is being the driver and you get to be the passenger princess or the passenger mermaid over in the corner doing your thing. So yeah, if you need a funny story, talk to George about my driving skills.
we have more.
We have more.
In case you can't
Ooh.
come to this in April,
Oh, that's right. We have
I
Scott's
chose my
cruise.
birthday cruise next year in March 22 to the 27th, Miami, Cozumel, and then the beach club at Bimini. But look at the pricing. Cabin starting at an Insider $16.90, Seaview $18.90, Sea Terrace $21.90. The rock stars are $46.90. So those people who've never got a rock star, you can now get the rock stars.
And we had to discount the cruise because we can't spell Miami. So
I was going to say, well,
I
this
did it
is
once. I did it right once.
Okay,
this is Scott's 30th birthday. We have to go and celebrate with a rock star suite, right?
Oh,
That's right.
absolutely. We may have one already on reserve. So this will be, again, it's going to be a really fun time. If you can't do the thing in April, we understand because some people I know, you might be juggling family, kids, what have you. But then we thought we'd give you an opportunity to go out in March.
Right. And just so you know, everyone at Virgin will be celebrating my birthday because my birthday is on Beach Club at Bimini. So everyone will be celebrating for my birthday.
Yes. Okay,
Some
we've got to
lots of
find the
cupcakes and-
best float just for the birthday king. We got you.
We won't talk about the float for the birthday king. I can't get on the float for the birthday king. I keep falling out.
That's just the shaking for champagne. Don't worry. It's a mission. I'm on it. Don't worry.
That's right.
That's we got on once, but then the float started it. Never mind. So the idea is we get through it. But that being said, thank you everybody for coming out. We really appreciate everybody joining this tonight. We know I've been getting text messages nonstop, WhatsApp messages. We know everybody like what ends up happening. It's not a problem. We will have this posted up for those that weren't able to get on, so that way they can kind of at least learn a little bit more about the different things that we have planned and understand a little bit more about Virgin Voyages. I really want to thank Lindsay for kind of going through and giving a really good overview. This ship is different than the other 3 ships. So again, the entertainment's going to be different. The restaurants have different flavors. I mean, this is going to be a unique experience. And I really, really, really recommend, if you have not committed to trying the Brilliant Lady, this is one that I definitely would do. It is very different than the other ones. Now, is there a way to make this go backwards by chance?
Oh,
think so.
How do you
there.
do that?
And you know, Sean and Scott, you guys are still invited to New York, but I know you're going to be already somewhere else, because I'd love for you guys to try Brilliant Lady's menus and see her firsthand before she launches to everybody. But, you know, she'll also be here in Miami in October, so you're already on my list for that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. And yeah, I think we're coming back from Istanbul that day. So as we do that, but I do wanted to say, I saw somebody pop into this. How do I do it? And I saw her pop in and I thought, you know what? Let's make her go ahead and
Show from current style.
okay, there you go. So let's go ahead and let her know. Do you still are we back on my lovely motorcycle sidecar tour?
Yes.
You know, I'm just gonna say, Callie, I saw you and Roche pop in there, and I just thought you might want to know the Santa Barbara excursion. We've got
Yeah,
a motorcycle sidecar tour with wine.
there it is. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm not in mountain time zone still. So, sorry. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, good to see you guys. I miss you,
too.
guys.
You too.
So that's all right. We recorded, so we're all good.
Okay, sorry.
No. So now, but you've made it in. So that way, when you commit, you go ahead and you get the extra stuff that Lindsay's promising.
Awesome.
That's all that matters.
Lindsay, did they tell you we're coming to your state?
No,
Coming to
please.
Tampa. Coming to
Yes.
Tampa. Yep. So we'll be a little closer. So
Fabulous. That just means that you have to, you know, ride the train down and we have to do a ship tour. You know,
absolutely.
talk
Why
ship
not?
and have a happy hour.
Yep, exactly. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Continue your presentation.
No, we're done.
I know. Sorry. That's
No.
my bad. That one's my bad.
No, you're fine.
You're fine. Does anybody have any questions or anything? Please feel free to unmute yourself, ask any questions. If you want to know more about Virgin, you want to know more about this trip, you want to know about Scott's birthday, you want to know what drinks that anybody on the phone is currently having. I'm sure they all have one. So just ask. We're there. But I know Paula's getting excited because she just committed to we just committed her to the Brilliant Lady today.
I was gonna say, she's been committed. Oh my goodness.
The Brilliant Lady.
That's what we say when we book Virgin.
That works.
I'm committed to the cruise, Miss Lindsay.
Okay, well,
Not
Paula,
committed.
girl, anytime. Look, I'm on that bus all the time. So yes, I'm glad that you're committed to Virgin Voyages. And look, like I mentioned, if you've been on one of our ships before, this is going to be a whole new vamped way with Virgin Voyages. It's going to look very similar, but we really are bringing out all the stops with Brilliant Lady. I'm also not supposed to tell you guys, and I know this is a recorded line, but we do have 2 new venues. They're going to be on board that the other ships don't have. There's going to be so many different extras on board because we want to make sure that everyone has an epic experience. So Just be prepared. And you know, don't worry. I know you guys are coming back from Istanbul the day of. I'll send lots of content your way, lots of pictures, give you that FOMO that way that you can share it with everyone.
Well, we will just have done 13 days on Portsmouth, Ireland, Scotland, and more. So with a group of folks.
Fabulous. Well, you definitely, I'll share with you my content if you share with me yours, because I want
Oh,
to see
got
all
it.
about it.
You got it. But anyway, thank you all for attending this. If anybody has any questions, please, anybody, anything going once, going twice? Yay. Okay, we're good. Lindsay, thank you so much. I'll stop the recording if I know how to do that.